two of the most ideal cards you can have late game against control decks. So we'll see. We'll see if those two cards in particular end up playing out and having a big factor in this game. But the two players are ready. We're going to go into game number one between Trump and Lothar. This is the last series of the night. So let's see who is going to be the last person to make the quarterfinals of the Deck Wars Season 2 finals.
All right, so
hey.
It really does depend on the start of the priest player. It's the one that snowballs the most based off cards like Undertaker. Meanwhile, Lothar will be seeking for basic drops from turn 2 to 4 very easily. As Lothar realizes it's very late, by the way.
He's like really tired, guys. We caught him just as he was about to take off to go to bed for the night. So he's definitely tired, but really appreciate him being able to stay up and really take that spot and really get this opportunity. So
okay, and
Harvest Fallen.
He also came. This is the reason why he's also the alternate is because he's the runner-up right behind Firebat, and that field of talent was really impressive. So if you guys didn't know, you can go check out the brackets on Challenge, and it was very nice. Okay,
yeah, I can link it to you in a second here. Go ahead.
Trump picks up a 1-drop, but now there's a question. You don't have a good follow-up to it. So do you hold on to this Northshire Cleric? Because it doesn't really accomplish much here.
It's a good question. A lot of people just like knee-jerk, just play it regardless. But, Druid's one of those classes that actually have a turn 2 that deals with it in the form of Wrath. But lucky for him, he doesn't have it. So that Cleric is going to potentially give Trump actually something to do turn 2, right? And not only do something, he's actually going to give him a card potentially, which would be pretty sweet.
Okay, well, Lothar has turn 3 Cairn, and that's the nightmare. That's the stuff nightmares are made of for Priest. It's a 4/5 minion that when it dies spawns another 4/5 minion. So if Lothar just kind of passes, I guess that'd be okay, but he plays Haunted Creeper, so I guess he's okay with his opponent drawing a card here.
Yeah.
You recognize that if your opponent draws a card, he also gives up 2 mana. So this is like an interesting choice for Trump. The arena side of Trump says, oh yeah, draw a card. But then, Trump's been practicing a lot of Constructed, and he's really refined his skills. Does he go for the drop and just say, well, I want to build up a stronger board presence?
That's such a good point, Ferdinand. Yeah, it's because card advantage has always been something that Trump's been very he's felt very strongly about, right? And I think card advantage in other games like Magic, I think it is a bigger deal than in Hearthstone. From the folks that I know that have played a lot of both, they've been talking about just how tempo is like way more important in Hearthstone, even more important than just card advantage and just that sort of bit. So in a play like this where you would maybe you'd be using 2 mana to heal that cleric and giving up tempo like that, it's definitely can be a lot worse for you. But he kind of gets the best of both worlds. He ends up using the circle, gets 2 cards, and plays the cultist. So really nice.
He trades his Circle of Healing, though, which could be one of his best tools of clearing. So it's not like as free as an exchange as you think. So it's one thing that's kind of in the back of Lothar's mind. It's like, okay, well, he only can Circle of Healing once. Turn 3 Cairn. Come on, buddy. Here we go.
It's gonna be tough. And Cairn, that 4 damage minion, 2 4 damage minions basically. That's like a Priest's nightmare until you get to mind control. And what is it's like, what does Trump do about that? That's
well, he's still got some ways to draw. Power Word Shield introduces an interesting choice of what you want to keep alive.
Yeah, he could take the spectrals.
I wonder.
It feels like a really weak use of Shadow Madness. I mean, all you do is take off the power on the board versus you might be able to get like a really big application with Harvest Golem or like Defender of Argus on a creature, even Sludge Belcher.
Yeah. Okay, well, he can buff that Undertaker up to 2/3 immediately if you want. Just kind of flood the board a little bit, or he could play it more passive. Just take the card draw here.
Taking the card draw is okay. It's very clear that he's going to be dominating the board with Karen.
Hmm.
So I think you try to make it as inconvenient as possible. Like, make Karen tack into Northshire Cleric. Oh, and he picks up his second one. So I think he's much more willing to lose and part ways with this.
Okay, so he's going to go with Zombie Chow. Thing is like the more minions he has on the board, the more likely he'll be able to clear the Karen sooner, right? Undertaker is it's definitely a card that you can buff very easily in this deck. There's so many Death Rattle cards in this deck, and getting up to a 3/4 and maybe even a 4/5 sometimes is just like insane for a 1 mana card. So he's just kind of trying to save up for that. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any of those cards. He's got the Cabals of all things. And there's 2 Harvest Golems actually sitting in Lothar's hand. So in a turn or two here, Trump could be seeing some serious value from the Cabal.
Oh, absolutely. That's something that's always going to be in the back of your mind as the player playing a lot of these small Death Rattle minions. Now, on the flip side of things, I was kind of looking if there was an opening for Savage Roar, but Lothar doesn't have the mana to make it completely worth it. Because if he did, then he'd be able to go for a board clear, but it doesn't look like he can.
Yeah, no, that's good. Good point. And I actually really enjoy this matchup, Priest versus Druid. Lots of calculations on the board, and lots of minion on minion battling. Right? That's definitely fun to watch.
Yeah, it's a lot more of the pure form of Hearthstone that people want to see, the interactivity of minions. Oh, he's gonna go for a health buff. And just say
1/8
whatever, draw your
there,
cards.
okay. Yeah. He's not really threatening his minions that much at all. I mean, the Cleric 1/8, sure, he can he can potentially draw some more cards, but that Druid's actually setting up for a lot of damage. He's got 7 on the board. He's got Savage, another 8 if he wants, 15. Not to mention Lothar and Ancient Allure coming up here.
That is interesting. I wasn't expecting that, considering that when the Northshire Cleric is up, you're gonna be able to continue to draw cards. All right. Either way, now Shadow Madness actually gets pretty decent value.
Yeah, actually, this is a great play for him. Doesn't have to even wait for the Cabal to steal it. He goes ahead and just takes the damage golem, and keeps Lothar at the Bane, just not letting him build on his board even more here.
Man.
And he's done a good job of keeping it contained here.
Lothar will be so baited to hero power and play the Harvest Golem because it's an efficient clear. Wait, hold on. They drew swipe.
No, swipe.
Does that change anything?
I think so.
Change anything? Marginally. Either way, he's going to be tempted to play this Harvest Golem, and then the insane value for the Cabal Shadow Priest comes out.
Oh man, yeah, could be, but he knows it's turn 6. I mean, anybody who's played against a priest is very wary of turn 6.
Oh sure, I'm just telling you how tempting it is. Because
Yeah,
when you're fighting against these many creatures, you want to try to fight efficiently as much as you can.
Yeah, that's true. Lothar got multiple targets. This is kind of what you like to do against a druid, is like put multiple high priority targets in front of it. That priestess obviously is just a card engine, just basically the card engine for the priest. So definitely a huge priority. And an Undertaker, you don't want it to get any bigger than 1/2.
Lothar's cat's on his lap, by the way, trying to take the mouse. Either that, or he has a tail that he has yet to explain to the stream.
Okay, so obviously thinks the Undertaker is higher priority there. You can't really kill the Northshire, so it would have been difficult using a swipe and everything.
Undertaker's always a priority. Just because it gets way out of control.
Okay, there's a Cairn. He's got his own Cairn now, and Cairn without a Keeper of the Grove is very difficult for, or very cost efficient against the Druid.
Well, I think if you're Trump, the Cairn is hard to pass up because it's one of the strongest minions in your deck. And Injured Blade Master is just strictly weaker.
You could draw
But you
two.
draw a card. Yeah, but you
You could draw
draw a
two.
card. Oh, you can. You're right, you can draw two.
Yeah, you can draw two here, which is pretty nice. You're not really worried about going into fatigue against Druid. So, really maximizing these clerics, you can actually go ahead and do that.
Sure.
Okay. All right, being patient, just holding out on those 6 mana cards. You might have too many of these eventually. Here, got to get some of these out, man.
Well,
Swipe.
Lothar now is in the danger zone of constantly getting his minions stolen, so
Yeah,
he
he's got
still
2
might
of
be
them.
holding on to it until he gets Defender of Argus.
Yeah,
And
you might even
that's
hold
like
on
the-
to swipe. Hold on to swipe until your minions get stolen.
Yeah, I mean, as much as you want to, you
Kinda
can't
sucks.
do that.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, well, now Trump kind of has a free board in a sense to play, like the Cairn. Ooh, Sludge Belcher isn't
that's a good
half
draw.
bad.
Yep. Definitely a good draw. Definitely shaving off his hand, or just the hand that he's holding is he's going almost getting to the point where he's going to be only playing 1 minion a turn here.
All right, well, that's not
Ooh,
that
shades.
imposing of a board, so Ancient of Lore is actually pretty safe to come down here too.
Yeah. He could
What
use the
you're-
cards too.
Yeah, what you're
guess-
afraid of in these scenarios is Priest taking the board so much that Ancient of Lore gets completely overwhelmed, and then the value of it is actually completely disappeared because there's a lot of like minions that have buffs on it with health. So
Yeah.
this is a pretty decent spot for Lothar, but I still feel like Trump has like a lot of ways to take command. He just has to wait out the inevitable small minions and taking his own board.
Yeah, and call it Dark Cultist, pretty nice play, but just kind of he's one turn short of a really great turn here. But he does have the Aconized Soul Priest, can get some value from the hero power.
Well, does he want to draw first and evaluate his play? Shadow Word Death would be nice against the Ancient, honestly.
Hey, give me that!
Okay, let's see what he draws. Injured Blade Master. Guess it's just another draw. Ugh, another Loot Hoarder. Okay, so his hand is starting to continue to be a little bit more of that aggressive low drop. But finally time to play Cairn. As I think Chanman actually has dropped connection, so hopefully he comes back in just a sec. Meanwhile, Lothar picks up Savage Roar, so that's his second one. And his board that his opponent put out was a Cairn, so now is his opportunity to kind of move back, but the problem still exists where smaller creatures are kind of weak here. The Harvest Golem and the Haunted Creeper get stolen. The City of Naxxramas takes a while to boot, and it might just die to Holy Nova. So it might be a case where you try to play a little bit of a removal game. Like shut up a Shade and play like Wrath and try to use Cairn. But first you Wrath for 1. Alright, let's see what he gets. Drew the Claw. I wonder if that changes the play. Probably not. I think setting up the Shades is still really important. Oh my. Lothar goes with the aggressive and attacks the face. He has double Savage Roar. I mean, that's also why that's the main reason why Shade of Naxxramas is important to set up. Trump draws his Sludge Belcher. So that's another card that's really important to stall, but now Trump is also starting to feel like, why did he attack my face? There's a really easy way to pick up value. He has to be holding combo. Like, what does this represent? When your opponent had an easy trade on a minion to kind of pick up value on Ancient of Lore, and the first thing you do is attack the face at 22.
All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Just lost you guys for a
What's up,
second.
Chan?
Oh, well, Shades of Naxxramas on the board. All right.
Ooh, big draw for Trump once again. Yep, so Lothar got double Savage Roar, so looks like he's setting up so he can potentially draw into a way to maybe finish the game with double Saboteur.
All right, yeah, needs Innervate, needs Force here, but man, Karen's going to be doing some work. Trump's sitting with a lot of cards here. A lot of good cards, too.
Yeah. The Druid feels like it's not going to win the board battle over time. There's just too much value in the Priest cards. But you do have the window of opportunity. Let's see how much damage he has.
Okay, so the Nax can actually trade. Shades of Nax can trade with either of those. I think he's not going to be able to let it grow for very much. The Wrath is pretty nice, too. Missing the Keeper, man. The Keeper would be great at any point in the last 3 turns.
Yeah, I don't think you can win the board battle anymore. So you might have to just try to fish for your Force of Nature. Maybe even Innervate.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, he gets Force of Nature.
Yeah, he can actually still
go.
remove the Injured Blade Master, too.
Oh yeah, you should. For sure. Okay. Now it's down to your opponent having cards like Shadow Word Death to eliminate, or Alkanai Soul Priest and give up a little bit of their board. Holy Nova comes one card too late. Wanted it so that way you can kill off the Shade, but can't do it here.
It's still not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, if he wants to draw more, I mean, doesn't have to draw more, I guess, but he can actually mind control this too. I mean, this deck doesn't have very many targets. It's, Spectrum Knight you can't even target, and I think Cenarius is probably the biggest thing you could get, but so Ancient Allure is not that bad of a, not that really that bad of a choice either.
What I'd like to do if I was Trump is I would like to kill off this Ancient of Lore, and I'd like to set up Sludge Belcher, but I think you can't do both. I mean, you can do both.
Well,
but
you could do. I mean,
oh, you've used Holy Nova. Okay. I was thinking about putting out an Alkanai Soul Priest, but
you can crash the Cultist too if you want, but yeah, or you can just you can just throw the Sludge Belcher in front. Okay. Oh no, he is. Okay, so he's still gonna do that. He really wants the Karen to get it. Yep, and that's really nice.
There you go. I forgot about Holy Nova because I was thinking about Alkanai Soul Priest and using Hero Power because you put the 3/5 body, but you need 11 mana to do so. Now Lothar's in a position where he's got some quality cards if he can push them out, but there's just not enough mana.
He just can't keep stuff on the board. It's. I think. Do you silence the Belcher?
I think so. But then the question is, your follow-up play might end up being something like Druid of the Claw.
Yeah, actually, I maybe you just go for Vase at this point. The Priest doesn't have a lot of bursts, right? So what you're looking at on the board is usually the extent of the damage range that you're going to see. He does have Soul Priest, so he can do an extra 2 damage if he needs to. But most of the damage from the Priest comes from the minions on the board. If he silences that, does the 4 damage, takes it down to 20, and keeps the Shade's stealth there. If he does the combo next turn, we're talking. Is that exactly 20?
Well, depends.
Exactly
the Keeper of the Grove's going to get taken most likely by the Cabal Shadow Priest, and then you can taunt up with Defender of Argus, so it's not going to be easy. And Lothar is now going for a Swarm play where it says, you know what, I'm probably going to get one of these taken anyway, so just go ahead. He missed the damage by taking a little bit too long. And you never know if that one damage ends up being the difference maker.
I feel like if he swarmed there, he might as well just hit. I kind of feel like he might as well just hit there too with the next Rammus, because he might actually end up losing that damage. I mean, there's a chance if he got Circle or something, he could have lost all of that damage. You know what I mean? Like, at least hedge yourself a little bit there.
That's true. It was a possibility, but I think kind of unlikely.
Yeah. But there's a good chance he's going to have minions on the board here. So
I think you use a Cabal and Defender play here and trade down whatever's on the board. You want to
Yeah.
do your best to limit your opponent's Savage Roar options, and you've taken away one of their bigger minions,
Let me change
and then also effectively set yourself up to be resistant against combo. So this is a pretty nasty turn coming from Trump.
Oh, he's gonna clear the board except for Nax. That's gonna be crazy good.
This is bad news for Lothar.
Yeah.
Wait, Innervate. Oh my god. Is that enough
He's got
damage?
to the
Now
taunt,
he
though.
can do double combo. No, there's
He
no
can,
way.
but the double combo is basically his only winning condition right now. He has to get through this taunt.
2/7 Norshire Cleric is providing such a nuisance.
It's been there since turn 1, hasn't it? No, maybe the second one. This could be the second one. Just depends how you look at it. But
You might have to Druid the Claw, Savage Roar, and charge and take down these taunts for... No, that's just... Everything is just so weak because of these taunters. The Cabal Shadow Priest play was so massive.
yeah, but I just think that if you lose any of like the 2 savages here, then you've got no way of beating that priest. Got no damage. His only chance is to just to really sneak it in there. I mean, he could use 1 savage. He could have used 1 savage, right, and Druid of the Claw, and then gotten through both of the taunts actually.
Well, now he's
If
playing
you-
the removal game.
Yeah, I don't know if I.
Oh, gosh.
Oh
Well,
man,
he has to go for it.
This is
Okay.
okay.
So
so
now he
just
pushes for
in.
But his opponent has a 14 damage. All he has to do is 2 more, or 1 more, excuse me.
Does he have?
So Trump actually just kills him with Alkanized Soul Priest.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that. Well, he might have that play regardless, actually.
I mean, that's his best chance
Yeah.
to win, but he doesn't
Yeah.
even have like the winning play right, like to follow up right here. So,
Yeah. So that was
Uh,
tough.
all right.
Definitely the priest showed its value there. Trump's still sitting on like 7 cards too, so that was ridiculously in favor of the priest there. But okay, so the druid's actually going to be knocked out there, and we've got Hunter, Mage, and his Lothar ready here. So we're going to go into game number 2 between Trump and Lothar in a best of 5 series. This is the last series of the night, so we're trying to finish on a pretty cool note here. Hopefully we'll see some great games in the last couple games here, or last few games here. And Trump gets the Undertaker, so this is doesn't have any death rattle to follow it up quite yet, but he does get the coin and the Undertaker, and he's got a little bit of a decision to make here. Does he play for that turn 3 injured Blade Master Circle, or does he try to get some more death rattle minions?
It depends what kind of mage it is, and that's completely up to Trump. Now, Lothar also introduced with a choice. I'm surprised he's willing to toss away Arcane Intellect. This mage deck, because of the nature of
Yeah.
its speed, often runs out of cards. And Arcane Intellect, when I talk to players like Purple Drank, who use this kind of deck to climb ladder like a few seasons ago, said in your opening hand you need to have some kind of draw mechanic. So this is kind of interesting that Lothar is pushing it away in favor of a much faster start. And maybe it'll pay off for him, because look at what he's gotten in response. He's got ways to really protect his minions as soon as he draws them.
Yeah, double mirror though. That's kind of. I think you'd prefer to have some, like maybe at least 1 different card to help with your curve here, because right now he doesn't have another play here, and Trump just drew the zombie chow, which is going to be amazing. And he has the injured circle play too on turn 3 if he wants. It's pretty tough.
Yeah, this has gotten already way out of hand because of what Mage can do, or sorry, what Priest can do with this Undertaker. Like we said, in fact, the exact 2 cards we were talking about, Undertaker and Zombie Chow, provide such a problem early game
Have
with
to kill
aggressive decks.
Yeah, you gotta kill the Undertaker though. Okay, and this is not the kind of start that Lothar wants to see with this aggro mage deck. And Trump's got even more, even more ability to make it even harder for this mage deck to really get control of this board.
Double
Oh my
Arcane Golem.
gosh.
That's
Ugh.
pretty awful.
Yeah, the last thing you do is want to give a priest even more mana to every turn.
And the worst part is Arcane Golem just gets destroyed by the zombie chow.
Maybe you just throw up the taunts and then the leper gnome, and then it might give you some leeway to play the arcane golems behind it.
That's
It ain't
true. The
good.
longer you go on, the more these mirror images become liability for Holy Nova, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. It's one. Kind of hedging a little bit. He's gonna have that extra mana anyways next turn, so. Okay, here we go. Pretty hard to pass up the injured Blade Master here.
Okay, well, now back over to Lothar. He needs to find something.
Juggler, that's something.
Juggler with mirror
can-
images would have been great last turn, but it's
We can
still
still do
like
it.
too much. There's 12 health worth of juggles that you got to get through.
If you throw 12 knives, wow.
That is so hard to do.
Oh, and he's hitting phase too. Oh well. Well, I guess at this point, maybe he does want to hit phase with all of them. Get down to what, 16 next turn? Not bad. But that Sledge Belcher's impending. Gonna potentially cost him all of his minions to crash into it.
Oh, Cabal Shadow Priest gives him some stuff to steal in the next couple turns if the Leopard Gnome stays alive. I don't know.
Okay, here comes the Golem.
Surely he has to pick up
Well,
some other. Oh man.
Okay.
That
Well-
you don't really feel good about that.
You need a draw, though, at this point. Unless you're just willing to push right now and then just lose everything next turn.
I think he wants to pick up tempo cards, like maybe Frostbolt, so that way he can freeze a minion and push for damage, because he still has 5 on board right now.
Yeah, he's got Ice Lances, right? He's got 2 of them, and he's got Frostbolt. Well, if he uses the Arcane Golem, then Trump can use the Cabal the next turn and steal the Leper Gnome. Or even worse, or maybe he wants to steal the Taunt. I don't even know.
Alright, well, no time like the present, Jan, man.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it looks like he's going to be getting him down to 16.
Yep.
Scare
So,
Trump a tiny bit here.
what he's gonna try to do is first pray that his opponent doesn't have Holy Nova. Oh man, what a top deck!
What a draw.
Wow. Okay, well, you
Trump
know
pretty
what?
happy about that.
I think this game had just gotten blown wide open.
Yeah,
Before Lothar had a chance, if he was able to be aggressive, and then like if Arcane Golem got more damage, you could use Cold Light Oracle to dig for damage spells like this one. Oof.
Oh.
I think
Ugh.
you're.
Whoa.
Guess you gotta draw more.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, whether do you draw from the Oracle or do you draw from Arcane?
It's gotta be Arcane Intellect. You don't want to give your opponent more stuff to fight you with.
I wonder.
Is he gonna go for the Arcane Golem though?
Well, it's all about giving yourself the best chance to win, and at this point, that actually might be the best chance to win, as little as it might be. Just go 12 to the face, or just go 4 to the face, and hope that you can string together some damage here. He does have both Frostbolts now. Maybe he draws 2 Ice Lances or something like that.
Okay, well, now Trump is able to finally start fighting back with minions and start pulling his health back to up a comfortable amount. Lothar does have Ice Lance combinations, and the possibility for doing insane combos is very real. All right.
All right, let's see If he breaks out the Arcane Intellect, let's see it. Let's see, if he Ice Lances twice, or he Frostbolts, Ice, that's 14. Still need some more damage.
Yeah, you need to draw as much as you can. His ideal turn would be to silence the Sludge Belcher, attack with Arcane Golem, and Arcane Intellect. But he can't do all of them. He has to choose. He needs to draw to his spell to his spell damages though. It's kind of amazing this mage deck can still win because of
I know, right?
potential burst. Like people kind of forget about it. It's like
Even when you have like solid control of the board and everything, it's just like ekes it out. Yeah, I think this is the right move. You gotta push for the damage right now. Hopefully, just get that added mana.
All right. Well, he's gonna try and draw Ice Lances, and Trump is now very cautious to see if maybe he can kill his opponent here.
Yeah, he's got 9,
9,
11.
11, 14. Nope,
Oh,
sorry.
he's got the
13.
oh yeah, he's got that extra 5 too.
Zombie
too.
Chow. Oh my
Oh,
god,
wow.
he does. He has
Very
it right here
cool.
with
Oh,
the
wow.
Circle of Healing. Wait,
Yeah, that's gonna actually kill
it's double
him
Zombie
here.
Chow. He could have gone for that maximum BM.
Nice. And Trump takes that game. He was in firm
There you
control
go.
of it, but man, Lothar was trying to sneak a win out of it. But Trump says, "No way!" With the Aconite Soul Priest crazy combo there, did a ton of damage. Wow. Okay, well, let's go in. Let's take a look at this matchup. Well, let's just see how this pans out. It's going to be game number 3. Lothar trying to fight for his life in this tournament. Trump trying to get that last win and move on to day number 2. Trump gets 2 1-drops here. That's definitely really nice, and he's pretty happy about
Zombie
it too.
Chow.
He's got that
Zombie
Trump
Chow is
smile.
the big MVP here.
Yeah,
No matter
both of
what
them.
happens, whether it's Haunted Creeper, Web Spinner, Mad Scientist, you can fight toe to toe, and if you have Power Word Shield, and he even can survive Huffer.
It's true.
Yeah, this card's a beast.
It is a beast. Totally a beast. Okay, Lothar trying to figure out if he wants to keep. Oh, are they both playing? Are they both waiting on each other? Is that the deal? Okay.
Nah,
I think Trump was waiting on him, actually.
Well, I mean, there's nothing really to hide. There's really just like this priest is gonna do what the priest does. It's gonna build up the board. And Hunter's gonna do what Hunter does, which is win.
Well, 2 Eaglehorn bows, not really what he wants, but
Huh.
Someone injured?
whoa. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, no. This is even better too because you're gonna
this
attack
is
and heal.
nice.
And no matter what target your opponent chooses, he has to have Hunter's Mark. And Lothar hit double Eaglehorn bow and kill command. Uh-oh. This is bad news. All right, well, I think I'm starting to understand a little bit Lothar where he comes from when he says he feels like he gets unlucky, because that's pretty bad hand.
That's
Yeah.
really lucky. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Right away.
That's tough. But he does have Buzzard, so he can maybe draw Unleash. And this priest deck does tend to fill the board pretty carelessly because you're trying to build up a snowball effect of minions.
Right away.
Oh, well,
You control
I
this. Well, he needs
guess
Unleash. He just needs
it's
Unleash
not
at this
Captain's Parrot.
The crab. This is like
Yeah.
Trump stuff. Like, didn't Trump supposed to be getting the crabs?
Well, I suppose. I mean, there were
Crap.
Murlocs played in the previous game, right? The Cold Light
Yeah.
Oracle. So you could eat
Well,
them.
True. Okay, and this
Alright.
this lead on the board is just going to continue here. Doesn't he get a chance to heal the injured blade master, which will be good for Lothar.
Yeah, he
really
actually
needs
gets double
Buzzard.
value off the weapon, which
I
is
mean,
actually pretty clutch.
I hunt alone.
Okay, so he actually does have a buzzard play to just kind of forceful, just kind of manually play into it versus just the combo with the unleash. The one thing that the buzzard, I think, will be missing actually the new buzzard once it comes out,
All right.
or just the
well,
hunter in general won't be able to draw this early.
This is actual big weakness. Trump doesn't have anything on turn 4. He only has heal. The power word shield is pretty nice, although this loot hoarder doesn't die. Or he maybe wants loot hoarder to die and save zombie chow. Either one's kind of okay. And Trump's now hesitating to think too. He's like, oh, do I want it on loot hoarder? Or do I want it on zombie chow? What do you think, Jan?
Um, I think you. I don't know. I think I would have put it on the loot hoarder actually, just to kind of spread it out a little bit. But he's opting just to trade it. Interesting.
Ooh, man, the order of draws that he's gone have
Oh wow. Okay, so you just want to
could
get
have
rid of
gone much better. Like he gotten Undertaker and Circle of Healing, 2 cards that he needed instead of the 6/5/6 that he
that.
got.
Turns up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a good
That's
play.
just harsh,
removing
though.
the Undertaker. Yeah.
All right.
All right, so he still doesn't have the buzzard, but I think he might end up trying to draw here. He does have the other eagle horn bow, so the other Undertaker coming down. You're definitely wary of that card.
You gotta kill this Undertaker as fast as you can.
Yeah.
You recognize your opponent might play Sludge Belcher or something equivalent to it, and then the next couple turns you don't have an opportunity to kill it anymore without using Kill Command or Hunter's Mark. So this is the opportunity now. But that means your follow-up play is pretty weak, like Haunted Creeper.
Haunted Creeper's not too bad. I mean, you can always draw a Houndmaster out of nowhere, or you just on the next draw there, and all of a sudden that would be a great target, or just a great play there.
Hunt alone.
So going with that, wonder what he's going to get from the web spinner. Angel chicken.
All right.
Crush.
There's also something to be said that Lothar wants to keep hero powering as much as he can, so that way he's in a position where his opponent might be just low throughout the duration of the process. All right, Sludge Belcher coming down.
Nice.
Ooh, Lothar picks up a really clutch card. Doesn't seem like he had much going on, but
Oh, Tiger.
Tiger's
Okay.
pretty nice.
Okay, Tiger's going to be act as a few things. It's going to actually act as a, you just as potential damage that Trump really can't do anything about, given that stealth. But it's also going to be kind of like a beacon for the kill command. You know, he's not going to have to spend any mana on a beast prior to his kill command play. So that's really nice. Still wishes he had an unleash though.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can make do with it. Tiger comes down. Next turn, you can kill command the Sludge Belcher and then attack, and then kind of evaluate the situation from there. So Trump obviously not happy to see his opponent have a pretty good beast off the web spinner. I guess you take the good with the bad. You gave your opponent Hunted Crab, and you gave him Stranglethorn.
Yeah.
I won.
Take an average there, right? What's the average between those? The Iron Fur?
A 3 and 3.5. So yeah, actually about an Iron Fur Grizzly, just about.
Yeah. Okay, Sylvanas. It's going to be a good play there in case Lothar wants to play a big minion there. Okay, double buzzard here. Do you just take this opportunity, draw 4 cards? Or actually, you draw... Wow, you draw 5 cards, actually.
You're actually low on health. You need Unleash pretty badly here.
Yeah. I don't even know if you can play the second buzzard first. Yeah.
Undertaker's not it.
Undertaker. Wow. That's not what I
Gotta
want to
kill
see.
command and push through. And you have to kill off the zombie chow, actually.
Yeah. I agree with that.
You don't want a similar position to be in the previous game where he uses zombie chow to actually kill you for 5 damage.
You don't actually need to use the Hunter's Mark, though. You could just kill command the...
Oh no,
kill
you don't
command
need to
the Belcher.
kill
Yeah.
command. For sure.
Kill command, Eagle Horn the 1/2, and then just hit the zombie. Ooh.
If he
All
kill
right,
commands the zombie chow, that's a... Okay, I thought he was pointing over the zombie chow, but I think you kill for this. Okay, takes less damage on his hero, so that way... Because he knows Sylvanas is going to probably trade into this.
Yeah,
But,
he's going to be able to clear
now-
the board with Cabal. Yeah.
Yeah, Cabal Shadow Priest will allow him to take everything here.
He could clear the
Everything
board
he knew
in
and once
multiple ways. He could Shadow Madness and do it. Cabal and do it. He could he Aconite Soul Priest into it too? Yeah, he could Aconite Soul Priest into it too.
I think you want to just put the strongest minion because you're close to killing your opponent. So Cabal Shadow Priest seems the most logical.
Yeah. Steal that creeper.
Not to mention that if you use Cabal Shadow Priest, you take his entire board short of the Tiger.
Actually, if you take the buzzard and then Sylvanas steals the creeper, you don't draw, do you?
I don't believe so because it's not summon;
It's
it's
not
just
played,
take.
right? Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just take. Okay.
So this seems to be the strongest line to play. But then you just have to make sure your opponent doesn't have like an insane Buzzard Unleash potential.
Yeah, and he hasn't drawn it yet. Pretty unlucky for him, quite honestly. Like most hunters have the combo by now.
Oh, is he fishing for it?
He needs it right
Taking out
now.
the rod.
Oh,
Oh, he
there it
lands
is.
it. There we go.
Oh man, he totally needed that. Okay,
Alright.
now he's got some hope now. He's got the Hunter's Mark already. Can remove the Cabal Shadow Priest. Okay, there we go. All right, now we're starting to see some of his power
fair.
cards coming out. Yep.
Might it be another way to deal with it? Ironbeak Owl's interesting.
Yeah, maybe allows him to silence something and push through it, but okay, now we finally see Lothar being able
back in
to
it.
take the board. Yeah, he's taking the board. He's got some cards now, but Trump got some pretty good removal in his hand. He's got the Circle Aconite combo. Got a Shadow Madness. He could use it any time. All of these minions qualify for the Shadow Madness here, and even the Shadow Word Death is going to be taken care of. The High Main.
Yeah, I think it's not about the fact that a drunk can take the boards. The fact that Hunter was really low on cards, and now he's picked up several threats again. But the good news is Trump does have Shadow Word Death and then Shadow Madness. So in combination, he can actually deal perfectly with the High Main. So I still feel like Trump's in a decent spot, although the Leroy and Lothar still are things to be feared for sure. Okay.
Okay.
Keeps Aconite Soul Priest and the Circle combo in case he needs to, but most likely it seems like he won't need to.
Ooh, Kill
Oh
Command.
man, things are starting to ramp up.
Yeah, Kill Command's good. Okay, so do you actually just fight for the board, or do you just try to start setting up for a big old burst here?
Oh, it's high main time.
It's high main, but do you...
Wonder.
You
Kill
Undertaker,
Command?
high main, and hero power. You
Oh,
start doing
Undertaker.
damage, so
Yeah.
that way you can use your Kill Command and Leroy, and that's your
Yeah.
11 pointer. If high main survives, then you go for that. And I mean, you have represented lethal, essentially, like with what you have in hand. Like this is the strength of Hunter right here. The fact that if high main can't get dealt with, it's impossible. But Trump does have a way. He can use Aconite Soul Priest, Shadow Word Death, and Circle of Healing. But he first should attack with his minions.
Embrace the void.
Okay. Oh, actually, I forgot. Doesn't really need to. You can just leave
No.
up one.
He's fine.
All right. Still a little risky because now he can't heal. Like Trump's power is actually working a little against him if Lothar wants to press for damage.
All right,
much
let's
does
do
he
the
have
math here. So we've got 6, 5, 11, 13...
He's got 15 damage.
15.
Seriously? Oh
He's
my god,
really
you put that
close.
4. So like
really
Lothar,
close.
Kill Command, Hero Power, and then you like
I think he
Leroy,
just-
and then like saves Ironbeak Owl for whatever's a taunter. And
Yeah,
that seems to
I
be
think
the
that's
line of
good.
play Lothar needs to take.
Yeah, you can get him down to 10, right?
Yes, and that is scary. Trump actually still might lose this here.
There's a...
Oh,
Oh, what?
he's gonna save Kill Command? Okay.
Oh, I don't... I don't know if I like that.
He really respects the Alkanite Soul Priest. The fun thing
He
about
expects
leaving
it.
up the Soul Priest is that he can't heal up.
Yeah, he can't heal up, and there's a chance that he's holding holy fire too. And
Hmm.
man, yeah, I don't know if I like that.
All right. Well, either way, Lothar most
And now,
likely will lose his Lothar somehow. But Trump wants to set up his taunters, so there is something to be said to suicide the Haunted Creeper first and then Defender of Argus.
yeah,
Must consider.
yeah, you could do that. Just creates more minions for you to taunt.
Well, just one exactly. You
Well,
taunt one
yeah,
minion.
sure. But if you, yeah, yeah.
Ugh, this is ugly. If you're Trump, it's like, I can't believe I have to use my defender like this. At least on the bright side, you get value. And you're able to get both minions buffed.
This is a weird game. This has been definitely a strange game. It's definitely scrappy. You
Taunt
usually
would be
don't get
so
a chance
big.
To...
Ah, okay. Well,
All right, so Lothar, I mean, just the range of which his winning condition was is just starting to stretch further and further out here.
hold on. Hold on. Animal companion. Roll that huffer, baby.
Roll that hover,
Roll
but I
that
feel like
huffer,
he
baby.
needs to be, like,
Show it to me.
Ah.
It's a Misha. Hey, now Misha's all of a sudden the strongest minion. So you can kill command and try to reduce the damage your opponent does to it. And use it as a way to control the board.
If you do that,
Like, you
yeah, you
silence
could do
the
that.
2/6 and kill command something.
yeah, it definitely make it a little bit more awkward for your opponent. You wouldn't be able to necessarily remove anything. He does have a power word shield that he can use.
I wonder.
Your opponent's played Sylvanas, but he hasn't played, like, Cairn. He's already played a Holy Nova, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he hasn't. Or has he? I don't remember. I remember the Holy
Holy
Nova in the
Nova,
Mage
he
game.
played.
I don't
Oh.
believe so.
Yeah, he hasn't played a Holy Nova yet. He hasn't drawn a Holy Nova yet.
So you have to think what 2 cards are remaining in his hand that he hasn't played yet. Does he silence and kill command? Does he pass and give up his Misha? Oh, all right. Oh man, okay.
Did he
Well,
pass?
Trump's gonna have a way to start putting a very realistic clock on his opponent.
Well, wow. Okay. Well, he's not gonna lose the Argus for sure. That's another good card.
You go for the Acera.
Yeah. Well, now he can actually. He does have the owl now to silence that, so he can stop getting
Trump
dream
didn't
cards at
play-
the very least.
Trump didn't play around explosive shot. I'm disappointed.
Okay, there's the flare, and then out comes the Belcher.
Yeah, this is really bad for Lothar. He needs to be heal powering every single turn, but then like Priest can just kind of match it,
Yeah.
and now Trump can just dream and just reset the tempo every single turn and take more because he's got Cairn.
Man, this is crazy.
It's crazy, but I think Trump's got this. Oh, okay. Just kill off Sludge Belcher. Don't even dream. Oh, that's clever. He's gonna
Nice.
use Defender of Argus.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
nice.
I like it. As soon as I
Good play.
saw, I was like, oh, he's not playing Dream here. He just wants to do that here. Makes complete
Yeah.
sense.
And now Lothar, man,
Like it. Good play.
that is pretty rough board. He's gonna need. He's already used both of his buzzards, so not gonna be drawing anything else.
Lothar needs to Iron Beak here. He saved it for a long time, and another Misha. So I think Trump should be able to do this because he's got Nightmare. And Lothar's just sitting here with cards that he wants to play, but are just sitting kind of useless until the taunts get out of the way.
Yep, doesn't have enough damage right now to get through that. Hero Power's still whittling him down, but the Nightmare, he's still got to go through the, the taunt. Nightmare takes him to what, 12?
Oh man, Kill Command this 5-1. That's how desperate he is to push past this taunt. Mind Control, take the 4-4. And then Nightmare to push for the win. That's 11, 16. And Trump's going to advance, it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, never mind. Just kidding. The Defender of Arcs already talked. I thought I counted my two wrong.
He's still
Screens were shifting. I blame it. Either way, it doesn't matter because Lothar draws the worst card in his deck here, Leper Gnome. And a well-played series to Trump as he was able to figure out a good series of plays throughout the entire process, and he advances 3-0.
Yeah, Trump